what is my personality type, what are going to be probably my natural leanings in terms of my strengths and my weaknesses, and what can I do to minimize those weaknesses and increase those strengths. Which personality type do you think makes the best trader? Today we're going to be looking at trader personality types. Which one are you and which one makes the best?
I think to make that successful, they need to have accountability, they need homework, and they need goals.
Imagine that someone starting out without support and help is going to get frightened and just give up.
Yeah, stay consistent, follow
Yeah.
the process, don't get carried away. Hello and welcome to the STARTrading podcast. Today we're going to be looking at trader personality types. Which one are you and which one makes the best? My name is Lewis.
And I'm Sophie.
And I'm Crispin.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Crispin. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Yes.
So you are a star trader.
I am a star trader, yes, thanks to Lewis.
Yeah.
But fine.
And how's your week been this week?
My week has been interesting. I'm trying to buy a house at the moment, or rather a flat, and dealing with property is always a little bit tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and this
I
week
echo.
is a little bit tricky. But apart from that, fine. But my trading has been interesting, so that's good.
Okay, fab. We'll definitely get onto that.
Yeah.
And how's your week been, Lewis?
Exciting. So I'm packing. Not packing up a house because I'm not moving again for a very long time, but off to New York for a friend's birthday.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Very
How
much
long are you
looking
going
forward
for?
to it. Just a week. Yeah, just a week. Got to try and use my flipping air miles.
Yeah.
And my companion vouchers and all that jazz. British Airways are a nightmare to actually use your companion vouchers, so I tend to just keep going to New York because that's the only place that they seem to have spaces available.
Okay, are you going to bring us?
I could do.
Should we be companions?
No.
Maybe it could be our next STARTrading travel trip. It could be New
very
York.
good. Well, you paying for it all?
Well, of course.
Yeah, how many
of course.
companions can you bring? The whole community?
The whole gang, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
brilliant. That's
Yeah.
on record then. And I've had a good week. I've just had quite a social week this week, which I like. Lots of catch-ups,
Yeah.
a bit of mentoring people, just lots of face-to-face stuff, which is really nice.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into it then.
Let's get straight into it, yeah.
You've joined us, Crispin, to just show us what star trading training and community is like.
Okay.
So how did you find star trading in the first place?
Well, I knew Lewis before he was famous. And but I think I've known you
Probably-
since you were 18,
I was
think.
18, yeah, so too many years.
Too many
Yeah.
years, yeah, so 2 years ago. And then I got interested because I saw something on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, there's Lewis there, what's he doing? And then I thought, that's quite interesting. And I needed another income stream at that particular point because for a long while, 50 years in fact, I've been an actor. And the acting profession has gone a bit dodgy at the moment, especially for older people.
Okay.
So I thought I need to find another way of earning some money, and I'd always been interested in it, but I'd always been frightened of it. Because you see those people, don't you, on the television staring at screens, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then through Lewis, I found out I could.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened, really. It
What
took
was-
quite a long while. It took quite a long while for me to do it.
Yeah, I think that we have talked about in previous podcast episodes, kind of that gap between people wanting to do it but not feeling they can. So what for you kind of helped bridge that gap and you went, okay, maybe I can do this?
Well, I did the Forex in 5.
Yeah.
Just to get a sense of it and realise that really it was technically that I was going to be in trouble.
And when you say technically, you mean technology?
Just the technology of dealing with computers and screens. And I remember the first time, actually it was in that Forex in 5, the lovely Josh asked me to share a screen.
Yeah.
And I went, what's that?
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. We were on some kind of Zoom thing at that moment. And he showed me how to do that. It took him ages, and it was like... Because I realised that trading is like learning another language, except the language you're learning is Russian. Because you don't even recognise the vocabulary or the letters. So you have to sort of start again and clear your mind and do things. And I consider myself to be reasonably intelligent, I've written a degree for a university,
Wow.
and I train people at universities as well. But I thought, this is just all beyond me. The technology is beyond me. But very quickly, I started to understand it. You have to become like a child.
Be teachable.
Be teachable at the beginning, but also you have to do like a kind of Janet and John, that's one for the older viewer, and go back to the sort of basics of, what is this? How do I do it? And how does it make me feel? And I did it. And it, as I say, it took me quite a long while to work through the course, but I did it.
Josh is a good teacher, isn't he?
Josh is more than a good teacher. I think he's gifted. There's something special about Josh, which, because he has infinite patience, and of course at times you're on a call with several people, and you're having to be patient with them, and then they're having to be patient with you, and Josh is just being patient with everybody.
Yes.
So that's brilliant in that sense. But as I say, it did take me quite a long while.
So how long did it take you from starting to then live trade the first strategy?
6 months.
6 months. That's not bad.
And then how quickly after picking up that first strategy, which took longer than kind of normal, how long did it then take you to master the other strategies?
2 months.
So much quicker after the next ones.
Yes, yeah. No, but I understood the next two immediately, because they were so much easier than the first strategy.
Yeah.
The first strategy is still to me a little bit of a mystery. So, but the second two I do all the time because I'm more comfortable with those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think either your personality or your brain processes things in different ways, and you have to recognise that it's not like learning a quadratic equation where there is a distinct answer to it. You look at it and you go, oh, okay, I think I've got it. Let me just check. Yeah, fine. And with the second two strategies, I just always get it. I know what I'm doing.
It just clicks far easier. Yeah.
Yeah, much easier, yes.
Yeah. So how long have you been trading for now?
Oh, that's a question. Not quite. 15 months.
15 months.
Yeah.
Is
How's
that
going?
from the starting point of learning?
No, that's
from live
that
trading.
was from receiving my first seal of approval.
Yes. The badge.
The badge. Yes, so I would say I've never had a losing month.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of months where I've come out equal,
Yeah.
but I've never had a losing month.
So people always want to know this question, and I do as well. What's the best month you've had then?
So the best month I had was a couple of months ago, where I did 10%.
Amazing.
That's
That
great.
is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So including 5 successful trades in a week.
Wow.
Bumper week. So how did you cope with that? Because often people talk about, how are you going to cope with losing trades? But we also have to cope with the winning trades when they all come like that.
Yes. Well, I immediately thought this could be the start of something big, and then realised, no, you've just got to be sensible.
Yeah. Stay consistent. Follow
Yeah.
the process. Don't
Yeah.
get carried away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I started being consistent at the very beginning because I decided that when I was doing all the sort of homework, the back testing at the beginning, I was going to do an hour a day every day, including Saturday and Sunday, which I did
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Yeah.
Much to the surprise of everybody. And they said, well, I'm going to do my homework. Leave me alone.
Very good.
And I did it. And that was because I realised if I tried to do more than that, well, I think the most I managed was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But if I did more than that, my brain fried.
It does. Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
It becomes
anymore.
wasted time after about that point.
Yeah. No,
Which is why we say in your learning phase, if you can find an hour,
Yeah.
perfect, brilliant.
Yeah.
If you can only find half an hour, okay, cool.
Yeah.
2 hours, absolute maximum, because your
Yes.
brain will just fry.
Yeah. No, I got you start. Everything starts spinning around. It becomes like a Hitchcock thriller, and you're going, I don't know who I am, and I don't know who these people are. So yes, that's what I did. I did an hour every day.
That's
Absolutely
great.
amazing.
So
yeah.
you're glad you started trading?
Oh yes.
Yes.
There were moments during the training when I wasn't glad that I started training. I thought this is just ridiculous, and I was going to throw my computer out the window. And it's when little technical things go wrong. It wasn't the trading;
Yeah.
It was computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can be frustrating.
Yes.
So one of
But
the
they are for everybody, aren't they?
They are, yeah, completely. The amount of times I've wanted to throw my computer out the window.
Yeah.
Often when the internet isn't working properly, I am definitely a millennial. If the internet's not working, I panic. Not good.
Yes.
So at the start of our mentorships, we do a trader personality test with everyone.
Yeah.
Can you remember which one you were?
Yes, I was a mixture. I was amiable.
Yeah.
And I was analytic.
Brilliant. Yeah. So just for our listeners, there are 4 types of personality types when it comes to trading: analytical, amiable, driver, and expressive. Almost forgot there. Expressives. Those are the 4 personality types. So drivers are very, very driven. They want to win. That's their goal in life. They want to win. They want to be the best. They want to achieve. They want to win. Expressives want to have fun. That's their primary focus in life. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy themselves. So they want to learn to trade. So they've got money to do fun things, drive fast cars and all of that.
Yeah.
The amiables are very people orientated. They like to go with the crowd, generally do what other people are doing. They're very good at following instructions. The analyticals just want data, information. They're also slower at making decisions, like the amiable, whereas drivers and expressives are very quick at making decisions. And analyticals will tend to find it harder to press that button because they'll always find a reason through their analytical brains to not press the button. So those are kind of the 4 main personality types. Do you remember which one you were?
Driver.
Driver, yeah. Just want to win. Yeah.
Just want to do as many trades as possible, as quickly as possible. I want them to finish as quickly as possible. When they keep going for days, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Wish I could fast forward time.
Yeah.
Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think I was quite fortunate in my back testing, because in doing that research, because I had to do quite a lot to understand it. I think I did. I'm about to tell a lie. I'm not very good at lying. Let me just... Yes, I think I did 120.
Yeah, I definitely remember it was over 100.
Yeah, of the first strategy. And within that process, of course, there were several trades that, before they did either one thing or another, were well over a month.
Yeah.
Really?
And so I thought, that's going to happen when I'm live trading. These things can go on. I know very often people say if you do something and it's not done something in a month, then you should think about, is this really a relationship, or should you really say goodbye? But I watch very carefully how long things go, and also I made a decision, which may be right, may be wrong, that once I placed a trade, if I was going to learn about it, I was going to leave it and see what happens. So even if I'm thinking, should I come out of this, should I not come out, I don't, because that continues my learning.
Yeah. Just set and forget. Yeah.
Just watch it and say, okay. And if it does do something weird, you think, I wonder why it did that something weird.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So not that either of you asked.
What are you,
but
Lewis?
Thank you very much. I'm an expressive, so I'm very people orientated. I'm very quick to make decisions, and I just want to have fun, which is probably why I set up a community, because the idea of just doing it solo does not interest me whatsoever. I want to engage with other people. I'm a bit of driver as well, but predominantly I'm expressive. One of my old mentors used to make a joke that I would turn up to the opening of an envelope because I just want to be involved.
Yes.
So that's my
So you
personality.
love a bit of networking. That's
Love a
why
bit
you
of
do the
networking.
socials, the trips. Yeah. But that's great. Not many other people do that, do they? You don't find that in trading, really.
No. I want to have fun. I want everyone to get on. I want everyone to have a good time. That's what I like, and I want to see everyone do well.
Yeah.
Whereas drivers just like to do well themselves. They're less interested. Obviously, you can be a nice driver like Sophie is.
Such a nice
Yes,
driver.
you are very nice. You are. But they're more focused on just winning.
Yeah.
If other people win, great, but they want to win. Whereas expressives like me, we want to see everybody do well, because then we have more people to have fun with, which is the primary goal. Sorry, go Crispin.
No, all I was going to say is, and as well, the fact that you decided that as part of what you were going to be was someone who imparted your knowledge to other people as a kind of natural teacher and mentor and a carer for other people. You want to see how they get on.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that, you need to be in a community to get feedback on, is what I'm teaching working, but also is it developing these people as traders who feel confident to do it? Because I can very well imagine that someone starting out without support and help is going to get frightened and just give up.
Yeah. And part of the strength of being part of a community is you see other people doing well. You're like, okay, they can do it, I can do it. And that is really, really powerful than just trying to self-teach and do it completely solo.
Yes.
And that I do want to see how people do. I want them to do well. And I remember when I first started STARTrading, obviously I've been trading for a while. I've been teaching under the Robert Kiyosaki brand previously and seeing people make a success. But I was definitely nervous because I was like, well, what if for whatever reason, because I've now gone out on my own, people don't make a success using what I'm teaching them? So for the first 3 to 6 months, I was nervous. I was like, am I a charlatan? Does this actually work? Even though I had the track record already. So it was very nice, especially as every month goes by and we have more people trading live and being successful. That feeling gradually starts to dissipate because our system does just work, and when people work it correctly.
Yeah. And the thing about mentoring is, if you mentor someone, you can give all the knowledge possible, but you don't know whether they're going to go and make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think to make that successful, they need to have accountability, and they need homework, and they need goals. Because if you can give someone knowledge and then they go off and they might not have the confidence or the tools, but your community does that, you have, right, come back every week and show us your homework, we'll get you on to the next step. You've got the confidence, the accountability. So.
Yeah. It's partly because we have an ethos, which is knowledge is great, application is better. So knowledge is only part of the equation. Yes, you need to have the knowledge there, but if you don't know how to apply that knowledge, or you're not applying that knowledge, there's no point having it. So knowledge is okay, application is better. So that's what we move people very quickly into application.
Yes, you have to take action at some point to do it, and also you have to see what the results of your action has been, because that's the only way you can build confidence. I must admit, and maybe part of my personality, but when I'm going for a trade, I tend to go for if I say a one-to-one, is that going to confuse people?
No, people, if you've been to Forex in 5 or you've watched the podcast, you should know.
Yeah, well, I tend to do a lot of one-to-ones. Yeah, because I'd rather that they, and I don't worry if that trade then went on and I could have had a 2-to-1. I don't worry about that, because for my confidence, I need a lot of successful trades. Mm-hmm. And I feel a bit frustrated if I've gone for a 1 to 1.25 and then it doesn't succeed. But if I'd gone to a 1 to 1,
it would have done. Yeah,
it would have done it. And I'm saying, that's right. So I think that's because you've got to build confidence,
and that's the safety element of the more analytical and amiable personality types.
Yes, that's true.
Whereas a driver and expressive would be like, I want glory, I want fame, so they'll go for a 10 to 1, where maybe the market's only giving them a 2 for 1. But that's the way we're wired. We're like, it can do that. So we're more naturally greed leaning in our trading, whereas amiables and analyticals are more naturally fear leading in their trading. So which personality type do you think makes the best trader?
A mix.
Yes, that's a cop-out answer, if ever I heard one.
It's because it's probably not me. I think I need to rein myself in a bit, quite often, actually.
I think that all the personalities have got pros and cons when it comes to it. Recognising who you are means that you can at least change.
Yeah.
I enjoy being an amiable, and also I understand why I'm an analytical, but I wouldn't like to be a driver.
I'm getting so much
stick.
No, because I wouldn't want to feel I have to play, because it would make me place a trade
that you wouldn't want to place.
It feels a bit more like gambling if you do that.
Wow.
Not if you're following the strategy.
Yeah.
I think for my perspective as a educator, as a mentor, amiables are the best to teach because they're naturally better at just following a process.
Yes.
Whereas analyticals, you'd think were naturally good at following a process, but they want to rip the process apart and make it better, because they often think they can make the process better. They overthink it. Whereas amiables are like, okay, you said A, B, and C, I'll do A, B, and C. Whereas an analytical will be like, well, you said B, but should it be C first and then B? That's kind of the way that they're wired. Drivers jump from A to Z straight away. And expressives don't really know what's going on, and they'll do C, B, A, A, T, C, all of them in a different order. So amiables are generally better at mastering the process straight away, but they do tend to have a bit more fear, and they need a lot more encouragement generally. So they do all have their pros and their weaknesses. And I think you're completely right, Crispin. It's about, right, what is my personality type, what are going to be probably my natural leanings in terms of my strengths and my weaknesses, and what can I do to minimize those weaknesses and increase those strengths. There's a whole chapter in the ebook about personality types as well, when it comes to trading, so people can give that a read and find out who they are.
We'll have to add the link to the podcast.
And we'll add a link actually as well to the personality type profiler that we use, so people can use that too.
And I think it's really interesting that you do that for us right at the start of the training, because then you've got it in your, like, I know, right, I need to calm down a bit. And an analytical might, they might need to just, stop overthinking and relax a bit, and you're more aware.
Yes, and I also think it's important that when you start the process, learning to trade is not a get rich quick thing. There's, if you do this, you will earn this amount of money at this amount of time, because you have to understand A, how you're going to use the process, but B, that the process is not 100% foolproof. But if you follow the STARTrading system, it's a safe way of dealing with the ups and downs of the
financial
process.
markets.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
because they will, you only need a kind of weird thing that the government does or something like that, and you suddenly go, where did that come from? And then you go, oh, I see, I understand. But on the other side, you don't want to base your life on what other people are doing. But you just need to understand. I mean, it was very interesting because in the STARTrading process, you go back 3 years, and it was very interesting to go back and go, oh, okay. Oh, I understand that. And then you see the pattern across the different markets. And you can say, oh, I think I understand why that was happening then. And how would I have responded to it had it been now? Had it been live? Had I been then doing it? Very, really interesting.
So what would you say to anyone who is thinking about trading but thinks that looks way too techie for me and difficult?
I'd say just trust in Josh, because if you don't understand it, just ask a question, and there's no question too stupid, as I proved, and just I just didn't get it. But he saw me through so many things, and I got quite blasé in the end about it. Now, of course, if things go wrong, I still ring him up and go, "What have I done?" And he's been, oh, I think you've pressed the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blast to let me deal with it. Oh, there's a clergyman's treacle spanner here, which shouldn't be here. So he's brilliant.
That's lovely.
He was looking at something the other day and he said, you've got something on your chart that shouldn't be there. I went, have I? And he just cleared it away. I said, oh, thank you very much.
That's fantastic.
It's like having a psychological cleaner. Having Josh, it's like the lady that does for you, but what they do is clean your brain out.
Becomes a voice in your head.
He is. Occasionally a picture of him flashes up in my, what would Josh do?
I get that as well. It's weird,
I know, it's
it?
just really weird, isn't it? Very good.
Well, I found it quite quiet this week.
Yeah.
I've been diligently checking each evening and just kind of waiting and maybe searching for trades.
Yeah.
But I've been good. I've been patient. I've been a good driver.
You're reining in that driver tendency.
But some weeks are quieter, aren't they?
Yeah. And some weeks are super busy. Like Crispin said, he had 5 trades in 1 week, and then maybe the next week you don't have anything.
Oh, yes. And I never panic if I'm not in a trade. You don't have to be in a trade. You have to. It's better not to be in a trade than be in a wrong trade.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah.
So you just got to do that.
Yeah, fantastic. So I think it's time for a snack.
Oh, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I am.
Let's see what I've got under my desk. Are you ready for a snack?
Fine.
Okay.
Is this Mary Poppins bag?
It
in
is
here?
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Ready?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was going to get my snack as well, but now
Should we get back? No. Okay. This is a snack for you.
Right, shut my eyes.
Okay.
What is it? Oh, Cornish Cruncher biscuits from the M&S collection. Very nice. All butter. Love that. Yeah, I'm going to
What
enjoy
flavour
these.
are they?
Oh, my eyes. Topped. I'm flipping out. I need to go to the
You
doctors.
okay,
Yeah. Thank you. That's close enough. I can see that. I'm going to have to go to the eye doctor. Topped with extra mature Cornish Cruncher cheddar cheese. I am a sucker for a bit of cheese. I really am.
Is it a biscuit or is it savoury?
I don't know. They've called it a biscuit. Is this like one of those savoury biscuits?
No idea.
I think
Give
it's a
it try.
savoury biscuit. Oh no.
Well, it's confusing now, isn't it? Because of the influx of American influence.
Yeah.
The word biscuit has changed its meaning.
What is an American biscuit?
Well, an American biscuit is something they eat with savoury things. They cook it. It looks a bit like a scone.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Is it?
As most
Say what you
American
feel,
food
Crispin.
is. Yeah, you know, it's awful.
Maybe you can try one when you go to New York.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah.
Send us a review.
Right, here we go. So they look crunchy. I quite like a crunch.
They look like a kind of parmentier, don't they?
Mmm. Very nice.
Would you like one?
They
If
are
I try a
delicious.
nibble. That's actually, and they're a perfect size, aren't they? Because the great thing about a snack is if you get it in your mouth and you don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's not so bad when it's that size. When they're the size of a dinner plate.
Mm. They're a bit like the like cheese stick things that you get.
Yeah.
But they are delicious.
Definitely savoury, not biscuity.
No, definitely savoury. It's just a round version of those cheese stick things. But I
Like
love
a
those
cheese straw, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I could unfortunately demolish all of those and feel very sick at the end. So, surprise, very surprised. Is it a biscuit? Is it not?
You were a bit confused.
I was very
you
confused,
Could barely
yeah.
speak.
I couldn't even see. I would say 10 out of 10 for surprise. Taste, also 10 out of 10. Absolute winner for me. Yeah. It's so buttery, it tastes like an all butter croissant initially, and then the cheddar hits in, and it's good. Yeah, love that. Right, I'll get you your
I'm
one.
smashing it at the moment.
When I've been trading a bit more, I'd be able to afford them.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I was thinking,
Right, here we go.
oh, fun. It's a bar of Milka / Dime.
Mm.
Collab.
Talking of Americanisms, Dime is from America, I think.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know, actually. No, it's not, is it? It's like
Isn't it that
Amsterdam
Dutch or
is,
It's
something?
yeah.
European, isn't it?
Yeah, Milka's definitely European. I used to have au pairs and they used to bring it back when they were been on holiday.
Yeah, cool. Let's crack it open.
I think it's got hazelnut, so I don't think I can have
Did
it.
you notice I used to have
I used to have au pairs. Several au pairs.
Several
Just
au pairs
looking
through
after
the
him.
years. Not because my parents were wealthy, they were both teachers, but they just weren't at home, and it was the live-in cleaner as well, which worked out pretty well for them.
Wonderful.
Lovely. I'll just have a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to
Lovely.
say, like, imagine being able to just shop at M&S every week.
I think it's got hazelnut, so I
Oh.
can't have it. And I was selfless with this one.
Oh, it's in Polish.
Yeah.
Milk. Oh, yeah, almonds.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at me being selfless. I bought you a snack I couldn't even have.
Lovely.
Surprise? Out of 10?
I'll go 10. Never seen that before.
Uh-huh.
Taste. What do you think?
It's delicious.
9.
Yeah.
Brilliant. A winner, chicken dinner. So, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the STARTrading podcast, and thank you to Crispin for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
We look forward to seeing you at the next episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.